Hello, everyone. We are back. This is what you've been asking for. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This is the trailer that just dropped tonight.
While we were streaming.
I was playing Resident Evil 4.
The time on it said 50 minutes ago.
Good old throwback. Got the crap killed out of me by some plague-infested dudes. But that doesn't matter anymore.
But you know what? When somebody tries to kill you, you kill them right back.
I killed them right back.
Yes.
They learned.
And my hair looked fantastic because I was Leon S. Kennedy. And
you're damn
well,
right.
what's wrong with that? There ain't nothing wrong with that.
But nobody cares about that. They care about this. So we're going to do that.
Mm-hmm. So let's get it on screen.
Yep. Just enough talk. Have at you.
You ready?
Do it.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Do it.
Fasten your seatbelts.
Ooh. Hello.
Skinny jeans?
I saw raw, untamed power.
That's Snoke talking.
And beyond that, something truly special.
Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then.
The fall of the Jedi Temple.
It does now.
Oh.
Let the past die. Kill it.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
Mother.
Oh.
Jesus.
What the crap was that?
That was a porg.
They're so great.
Oh.
Oh, son.
Baby girl. Yeah.
This is not going to go the way you think. Fulfill your destiny.
Snoke.
Oh, son.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Oh no.
What? No. Oh, shit.
What the butts?
Oh, shit. Where? How? Why? What? Huh?
That's a trailer.
That is
Man.
a trailer.
That's how you fucking do it.
And not only that, let's check on something. What was missing from this that all the other... Yeah, no freaking little stupid intro reel before the trailer.
I know.
See how much more hyped we were for this? Hey, Hollywood, are you listening? Come on!
Yeah, we've done a couple other trailers tonight, and they had these stupid little mini teaser trailer right before the real trailer.
Yeah.
And we're like, why? That's so stupid.
Makes no sense.
We know what we're watching. We know what we clicked on.
Yeah. We don't need
Yeah.
like a little 5-second refresher.
And,
It's just like...
and this one, nope.
Yep.
Don't need it.
This
Don't
one was
want
just
it.
like,
We
you
got
know
it.
what you're watching. You know why you're here. And you're going to get it straight into your eyeballs, to your brain, and you're going to love it. Oh!
What the balls is happening?
It feels so good watching this, dude. This is awesome.
So we got to see the TIE Silencer, which is
Yes.
Kylo Ren's personal ship. And it looks like he's basically hunting down his mother.
That to me is
ice cold,
frightening.
man.
That's super dark.
That's frightening because, well, you look what he did to his father already.
Right.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna. Okay, here's the thing: if you all haven't seen the previous one, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sort of amazed. It's like, if you haven't seen the previous one, you probably shouldn't be watching.
Yeah, don't-
Exactly.
don't watch
So
this.
spoilers. Sorry, I'll probably put that in the title as well. I probably will. I don't know.
That seems wise.
Yeah. So funny enough.
But
Oh God.
yeah.
Also,
I do like that we got prominent shots of Leia.
Yes.
With Carrie Fisher. You know, it seems like
Well,
that's the right thing.
It's her last role in these films because they've confirmed that she's not going to be in the next one.
Yeah.
That they're writing around her death.
Yeah.
And okay, so what this was supposed to be, I think one of the producers for this said that how they planned out this trilogy was that they would have hints to the original, and they would do that by making each film have one of the original three main characters: Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker.
Like have them be the big
focal point.
Yeah.
Have them be the anchor to the past, and by the end, for every film, it will switch up. So I think for this next one, they're going to make Leia more of a primary focus, and I think they're going to have Luke in it, but I don't think he's going to be as primary as a focus as he will be in the final chapter.
Right.
Because if you ask me, I think that that's fitting, because where Luke is considered the last Jedi, I mean, he's considered the last Jedi because Rey isn't a Jedi yet. She came to him for training.
Yeah.
And I think what will happen in this is that Luke will be afraid to train her, and I think in his mind he is set in his mind that the Jedi have to end because we saw how the teaser trailer went. He said the time of the Jedi has to end, and I think what he means by that is the nature of the Jedi that caused the birth of the Sith, because what causes the birth of the Sith is for someone to get corrupted by that power by pretty much cutting yourself off from feeling anything for anyone that will take away from the Jedi Order. It's sort of like
there's
relieving the dogmatic tension.
There's a lot of different ways that it could go.
Yeah.
You know, saying that the Jedi, must end. But I mean, yeah, I think you're right. The whole removing the distinction between Jedi and Sith.
Because truth is, they're just gifted. They're gifted with the Force. And you notice we're excluding something because I think for the most part they have done their damnedest to stray away from it in the new films. I'm not even going to say what it is.
Yeah, don't.
So
we're not going to say what it is.
The connection to the
stupid.
Force. So the connection to the Force that these people have, I think what will show over these next two films is a transition into something else entirely. It'll be a new format for how the ones gifted with the Force will be able to act, and maybe then that will end the saga of the Jedi and the Sith. Because, in all honesty, if it's going to be the permanent dance, what I mean by the permanent dance is, the endless waltz. War, peace, revolution, war, peace, revolution, war, peace, revolution. It just keeps repeating over and over again.
And also the Jedi and the Sith fighting each other forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Luke has been trying to study. He has all of these old tomes from the Jedi Temple. And you saw them in this one, and you saw them in the original teaser trailer.
Yep.
And I think that he's finally found the reason why the Sith exist, and he finds the reason why maybe the Jedi exist as well, to kind of counterbalance the Sith, and he's trying to figure out a way to subvert that altogether. That's what I think. I may be full of shit. I may have hit the nail on the head. I mean,
it's an interesting call to be sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's step away from lightsabers for a minute.
To almost lightsabers with Finn infiltrating the bad guys and fighting Phasma's lance with the stun baton.
Hot damn, that looks good.
That looks fantastic.
I'm really excited for
Right?
that.
Plus, Gwendolyn freaking Christie finally.
Yeah.
Finally getting more
it's
on
just
time,
like,
on screen
okay,
time.
so we had, like, she was one of the big draws. Like, I definitely was really excited to see what she was going to do in the first one.
Yeah.
And what she did was get shoved into a garbage chute.
Well, that's the thing, though, is like she kind of had the Boba Fett thing going where she just looks really cool, but doesn't really. She's not really involved in a whole lot.
yeah.
And I wonder if
Now they're
like,
fixing that.
well, I wonder if like people just didn't like see it and kind of overblow her role, because I feel like maybe the directors got caught with their pants down there. Were like, oh wow, like we just wanted a captain for the stormtroopers. We didn't think that it was
and
gonna be that big
better
of a
than
deal, and then it
Gwendolyn
became
Christie.
huge, and it's like, oh
Well,
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you never necessarily know who the breakout character is going to be.
right,
Case in point, in Portal, you know how the cake is a lie thing just blew the fuck up?
yeah. I mean, I've heard that, and I've never even played Portal.
Valve didn't give that a second thought. They expected in the very end of Portal, and its spoiler season is way out.
yeah.
There's an explosion. You end up outside, and there's this hoop that rolls by you. They fully expected that to be the meme.
What, the hoop?
The hoop just rolling by.
Really?
They expected that to be the meme.
But it was
not
the cake.
is a lie.
But it was the cake.
Yes. So you can never really predict what people are going to latch on to.
True.
It's like I want to see more out of Phasma, and it looks like we're getting it.
yeah.
Which is going to be awesome.
Yeah. And
especially since they now realize, oh hey, we've got a badass on our hands. We can make use of this.
Right.
well, of course, 6'3" Gwendolyn Christie,
Yeah.
who I'm afraid to fight because she is a badass.
Don't put her on the list.
No, for God's sakes, stop it with the list.
Don't put her on the
Wait,
list.
as Phasma or as Brienne of Tarth?
Shh,
Either.
shh, move on. Move along.
I wouldn't fight
Move
her as
along.
Gwendolyn Christie.
I wouldn't either.
I mean,
She's
to be fair,
sick-
there aren't a lot of people I'd fight.
She's 6'3" of
So-
fury, and she scares me. I bet she punches like a Mack truck. But
I
okay.
believe that.
But okay. So, Micah, from this, what do you gather?
I have more questions about Snoke and the nature of his relationship with Kylo Ren, because it looked like he was like had Rey in some kind of force hold, and one would imagine he's pretty strong in the dark side to convert and train Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
But what does he not have knowledge of lightsaber construction? Because Kylo Ren was never trained to fully create a lightsaber by Luke, obviously, because he has his where he has to vent it.
The excess, yeah.
But I guess Snoke wasn't able to help him construct one. Because I mean, I know it was kind of a secret of the Jedi, and of course, I mean the Sith, but.
But
So
I mean,
I-
so many of them have died out now.
Right.
You have to wonder how many people still know how to do it.
Because if he's not, Darth Sidious, Sheev Palpatine, obviously.
Yeah.
Where did he come from? How did he get so strong in the dark side? Kind of.
I'm going to throw something out there.
Go for it.
Snoke did a lot of narration
Mhm.
in this.
Yeah.
Who was he talking to?
I don't know.
Because it wasn't necessarily Kylo Ren.
Right. Well, I mean,
He
it
just as
it
easily
looked like
could have
he
been
and Rey
talking
were
to
in that same room,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
I think him and Rey.
and it looks like they're Kylo holding out his hand. It's like, are they going to tease Rey, like getting
I think
consumed
that's
by
what's
power?
going to happen. Rey is actually going to go to meet Snoke because I think maybe she'll feel that her training with Luke has been a failure.
Or that,
Well,
I don't know.
Or maybe she's curious of the dark side. She's curious because
because
curiosity is
she was practicing her lightsaber forms with Luke watching,
yes.
and then she was meditating and using the Force, and Luke looked kind of freaked out.
Because, holy crap.
She's powerful.
Yeah.
And he said he's only seen that type of power one time before.
So I wonder if he's gonna like pull a Yoda, and because remember, so the struggle in Empire Strikes Back was Luke's training was incomplete, so he was strong, but he wasn't wise enough to completely withstand the dark side, or so they feared.
Well, I think he could be would have been considered a Jedi Knight, but not a Jedi Master. Or maybe even more, maybe a level above a Padawan, like a Jedi,
I think somewhere between Padawan and Knight.
Right, because
whereas in Return of the Jedi he was somewhere between a Knight and a Master, and then I think later on he becomes a Master because of his.
Well, even then, that's not necessarily true because.
Well, Yoda said his training would be complete in Return until he confronted Vader.
And he did.
Yeah,
he
but
confronted him correctly.
Only
too.
then a Jedi will you be.
Yeah, even then, though, you can't necessarily say Jedi Knight, Jedi Master, because at that point...
Well, there is no order. There's just one of them.
The order is gone, and you have nothing to compare against.
But in terms of level of
Right.
talent and level of fighting skill...
Well, see, even then, we don't know. Because we have nothing in that era to compare him against.
Except for Darth Vader.
Who he beats. So he's...
Well, and Vader wasn't really committed to the fight at that point.
Yeah, and at that point, Vader sort of turns around and comes back.
Right.
And so...
And becomes Anakin Skywalker again.
Yeah, and it's like, so how can you really compare? It's tricky.
So it's interesting, but my thing is, what if something happens to pull Rey away from the training, but there is more of that draw, so she does start to fall to the dark side, and there is more of a struggle with it.
And I think
because if Luke is freaked out by her power, and then starts having reservations about training another person that's that strong because of how things went with his nephew, he may cut it off, and then she gets super mad and runs off, and then...
Well, so it's implied that he's like, yeah, I've only seen this kind of strength once before. It didn't scare me then. It does now.
That's a clear reference to Kylo.
I mean, yeah, it's implying that, but even then, we can't necessarily be sure. I mean, it's all but saying it, but it's not actually.
Or maybe
saying
maybe Snoke was that power. I don't know.
Maybe.
See, that's
another possibility.
That's the other possibility that I'm seeing. Because you've got to be careful not to fall into the trap that necessarily they might be writing for.
Right.
Actually, I just thought of something.
All right.
If Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, is the son of Princess Leia and Han Solo, we never got a clear corresponding answer on who Rey's parents are.
No, we never have.
I really don't think you will.
Well, I think we will because they hinted at it in the first movie.
It won't be in this movie.
No, I don't think so either. But I think there will be more clues that that she'll uncover, and maybe by the end of this film, she will actually, before going back to train with Luke, or maybe something else happens. But I think before she resumes her training, she gets a clue as to where her parents are and where they came from. There's a lot of theories going around that she's actually a child of Obi-Wan or she's or
I don't like the timing on that.
Or here's another one for you. Or she is the child of Snoke.
Now that, I mean...
That I think would be way more interesting.
Or maybe her or his granddaughter or something.
Or granddaughter, yeah. Because maybe Snoke's child, who was a Force user, a strong Force user, ran away and did not want to be part of the dark side, because that seems to be a continuing factor in this. Just like Ben ran away from the responsibility of the light side, so would Snoke's child run away from the responsibility of the dark side.
And that would make more sense to hide your child on a desert planet if your father was looking to kill you because you weren't an obedient dark side evil child, and then take your grandkid to turn them evil. Yeah, that makes...
Yeah.
I could see that making a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad theory.
I think that one holds more water than her being a love child of Luke or a love child of Obi-Wan Kenobi. The
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi one,
Obi-Wan doesn't make any
because
sense.
the time frame doesn't line up.
I just
Yeah.
have this picture of like Snoke driving around in a creepy space van, like, "Hey kids, you want to come join the dark side?" And he's like, he's got like
Join the dark side.
he's got like blue milk and cookies. Want to join the dark side?
No, I like this, and it's like painted on the side of a. Yeah, I like where this is going.
Yep.
Actually, it's like a mural. It's like a mural of a happy smiling kid throwing force lightning.
I could get. Yeah, no. It's like that sweet
Join the
airbrushing
dark side, kid.
of like
Come on.
of it's a kid looking really badass throwing the lightning at like a bunch of bigger kids like bullies. But it's in that sweet airbrush style from like the 70s.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're going with this. We got a headcanon here,
Yes,
folks.
we do. Creepy Uncle Snoke. I can see it now. He's
Creepy
just like,
Uncle Snoke.
he's like, want to join the dark side, kids? Come on in.
But
Yeah.
like
I've got lightsabers.
whatever.
I've got crystals. I've got a Death Star.
I got cookies.
Whatever,
too.
I mean, whatever he's got going on, I mean, it's pretty pimp. I mean, he's got some pretty ballin' robes and some big banners in his little area, and like
I mean,
his guards are all decked out.
dude's got style.
So, yeah, I
and
don't-
that's
Because you got to wonder,
you
like,
got to be careful about that.
where did he get his resources from? I mean, did he come from political standing, or was he like, did he own like?
I think that there's another theory that for Snoke is that he is actually a disgraced pupil of Emperor Palpatine, and actually was very badly maimed by Palpatine, but not killed.
Could be.
'Cause, I mean,
And-
I know some people are still holding on to the theory that he is Darth Plagueis that survived.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Darth Plagueis, the one who discovered immortality.
See,
Allegedly.
Now, I mean, that's got potential, but do you necessarily want to do that strong a link to the prequels?
I don't know.
Because they've done a pretty good job of avoiding that so far.
I mean, the only thing I remember was when Kylo was like, "Are you asked if it would be better to use clones instead of the abducting children?"
Mm-hmm.
But that's also just that could also be just a reference to the
To the old
original,
stormtroopers.
because
Right.
Because the old stormtroopers were still clones.
A lot of
Yeah.
them were, but some
Yeah.
weren't.
Yeah,
But-
it's
and
like,
also
aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? Well, that's, implied
Huh?
that,
the uniform.
that most of them are clones, so they're a particular height.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
also,
Yeah.
Luke mentioned the Clone Wars in Episode 4.
you fought in the Clone Wars with my
Yes.
father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, stuff like that. And funny enough, I find that the more that we converse about this, the more unsure I become of what is going to happen.
Which I think means it's working as
Well,
intended.
Yeah, this was a
Yes.
great trailer because it didn't really show us a whole lot. It showed us some cool stuff, and then
Yes.
it's raised way more questions.
It's
Yes.
gotten us talking, but it's told us practically
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
And there's only 2 months left before this movie
Mm-hmm.
comes out. I think they might do one more trailer, maybe one more trailer, like a Thanksgiving Day thing, maybe, because they have the big Thanksgiving Day football game, like
Yeah.
they did with Monday Night
I'm going to
Football.
go out on a limb here and say I hope they don't.
If they do, I may not watch it
Yeah,
just because
if they do
this is good.
If they do another trailer, you're then pushing towards, well, we have to show new stuff. And can you necessarily show new stuff without revealing anything?
Well,
and I don't think you can.
Well, okay. Here's my thinking on that. So if they do show another trailer, so far, okay, when we watched Episode 7,
Mm-hmm.
the trailers that we saw, did they give away everything? Did they give away enough to ruin the film for you?
No, not that I can recall.
However, let me counter by saying they were attempting to restart a franchise.
Yeah.
You have to be way more careful in that case. This is a situation where I feel like they might they could play a little too fast and loose with it.
Hmm.
Because, a lot of people have said with The Force Awakens, oh, they just remade, and I'm like...
Well, they
yeah,
kind of did, but
But here's the thing. You're in a situation where you have to be very careful. This needs to succeed, or you're screwed. They've now got Force Awakens under their belt. They've got Rogue One. They might be a little bit more confident, which means they might get a little cocky.
And which, if
So,
they do, that could be a problem.
Personally,
If they never release another trailer, I'll be perfectly
I don't
happy.
think they should release another trailer, and I'd like to think that they're smart enough not to do it.
Well, maybe.
I'd like to think that.
But here's my
Again,
hope.
cautiously
Well,
optimistic.
here's my hope in this. Here's my hope. I can only hope for the best. I hope that they maintain a good aura of unknown with this movie.
Yeah.
If they release another trailer. Will it? I don't know. But if they never release another trailer, I can safely say I am happy with what I've just witnessed here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like this is the only trailer. Like this is the last trailer you need to release for this movie.
I agree.
This is perfect.
I agree.
Don't go any further.
Like I'd say maybe like a few TV spots here and there.
I mean,
But that's
keep
it.
showing,
Like TV spots,
keep
like
showing the TV
featuring
spots,
footage
yeah.
from this.
but don't reveal any more until the movie comes out.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
Yeah,
I think that's
gonna
gonna do it.
Right?
Stop that.
You stop that.
I started it. You stop it.
All right. That does it, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you'll come back and check out more of our stuff. Down the line, Micah, Ben, Nate, Chico.
Mm-hmm.
That's us. You're you. We'll see you soon.
Don't
Take
get
care.
too mixed up.
No.